seems long. In a small town province in the Philippines, there was a girl named Ellie with such a nice personality that brings joy to the people in town. That's why they really like her. However, her family is worried sick about her because she sucks at studying. She was always been compared to her friend Jane, which is the total opposite of her. It always happens when they are eating together. Her parents always mention that she could do better, like Jane. Ellie started to feel jealous and pressured. But on the other side, Jane feels the same way as her. She adores Ellie and envy her personality. One day, they hang out together and go to the top of the mountain where they feel calm and peace while watching the breathtaking sceneries afar. They plan to stay until midnight to stargaze since it's been a while for them to watch the stars together. They talk a lot of things and laugh together, but they both keep their secrets themselves that they envy each other. While they were talking, they both heard a loud sound somewhere. They stared at each other and no one dares to make a noise. After a long silence, Ellie said, almost whispering to Jane, that they should take a look about it. Jane agreed and they started walking slowly, trying not to make a noise. It's dark, cold, and the chirp of insects are loud enough to cover the sounds of their breath. As they walked, they saw a light like a bulb flickering above the stone. They are both amazed, but afraid to touch it. Jane described it as an ordinary, handy blue shining marble, which confused them more. Ellie concludes that it's a meteor from above, and remember the old story about some meteors that makes your wish come true. Jane contradicts her idea since she knew that it's only a myth and not proven by science. But Ellie got more excited on her idea and get the marble. Ellie insisted to make a wish while holding the marble. They both closed their eyes and make a wish.
She only saw from historical documentaries or movies. She panicked and quickly get up, ran outside, only to realize something. She thinks carefully and tried to remember what happened. She was shocked and can't believe everything that's happening. Ellie realized that her wish came true, but she can't be happy nor thankful. Ellie looks around. She saw herself with a bright smile while talking to someone. Then, that girl suddenly looks at her and comes to her. She greeted her like what she always did to other people. Ellie is speechless. The situation doesn't sink into her mind. Am I talking to myself? Or myself is talking to me? She asked herself. The situation is making her crazy. She wanted to go back but don't know how. She blamed herself for wishing to go back in time to see her life in the past, and now it's happening. From that confusion and worry, she remembers Jane and started to think about her wish. Jane woke up in the middle of nowhere. She blinks her eyes and forms strength to stand up slowly. She looked around and saw unfamiliar things in surroundings. She got confused. Where am I? She asked herself. She started to walk in surprise when she saw something above at first. She was like, oh, an airplane. But when she looks closely, it's more like a flying car. Then she realized how advanced the world is. She feels lost and tired. She was wanted to go back to her life. Why did she have to see the future? And why does that marble make it come true? If only she knows, she would have wished for well. As she continues to walk, she saw herself with Ellie. She smiled and said, "So even in this future, we're still together." Jane followed them and let herself observe the future.
Ellie and Jane both want to go back at present, but whatever they do, they were still in the time where they are. After spending some time in that place, they eventually realize many things about their life. They reflect and learn from themselves that makes them appreciate and value their own life. They started to love themselves and accept their capabilities. This is the first time that they both sleep peacefully in that time and place. In the middle of the night, they woke up. When they opened their eyes, they saw the night sky with full of stars. They slowly look at each other, blink, scream, hug each other, and cry together. It feels like a dream, but they can only tell the truth. They both decided to share the experience, so Ellie started to tell what she saw from the past. She said that Jane is always the same in the past, just like now. They are also friends on their past life, but living in a different and more traditional way. Ellie then told Jane that she feels jealous to her wherever her family compared her to Jane. She also said that her confidence is dropping, that she wants to be like her.
Jane also shared her experience from the future. She said that for the first time in her life, there's someone who called her ignorant and stupid. Instead of feeling irritated, she said she feels good to be called like that. Jane is always pressured in studying because she's afraid to fail. She always wanted to meet the expectation of the people around her. She's not even happy about that. That's why she admitted that she is jealous to her friend Ellie. Because everyone around her seems like her friend understand her situation. Unlike her, that every time people in town approach her, they always praise her intelligence and congrats her for academic achievement.
But when she saw the future, she realized that she's competing with herself. All the worries and overthink is made up of her own self. She realized that her capability is a gift and it's just right to use it in a right way. When she remembered the future of her and Ellie, she knew that there's nothing to worry about because what they're doing now will determine their future. So, life goes on as if nothing happened. It's now late at night when they realized that they had to go back home. The cold winds blow their hair and the night filled with their laughter. That's the end of the story, When the Night Seems Long. When the Night Seems Long is a story about two best friends with different personalities. They got into an unexplainable situation because of their wish and the marble. One traveled back in time and the other traveled to future. From there, they both see what they have to say and reflect, which makes them value their life more. We categorize this story as an emergent literature. Among the characteristics of emergent literature or 21st century literature, we believe that our story is a science fiction, deals with imaginative concepts such as futuristic science and technology, space travel, time travel, faster than light travel, parallel universe, and extraterrestrial life.